biggest goal for my channel right now is finding a trial that I can actually cover reasonably. I don't know if you guys remember it, but I think it was like I said the same thing like a day or 2 days before I got arrested. And I was serious. I was so mad. By the way, normally people say, oh, yeah, you should try something. You shouldn't, don't try getting arrested for a felony. Like, don't, that's not one I recommend. I had a bouncy leg that everybody says is from cocaine or whatever, but I wasn't doing cocaine when I was like 12, so my bouncy leg started. But anyway, I had that bouncy leg, and I always had the babies at night because my leg would bounce. I'd just sit in a chair, my leg would bounce, so I just put the baby on there and just bounce. And they'd just go to sleep. So I'd sit there and watch TV or watch a movie or whatever and just bounce a baby for 2 hours. Litany of shit. And how the telephone game effectively works through government to just you is amazing. It's amazing because, on the criminal side, you have some protections. In the family side, you don't. So they use everything against you, even shit that didn't happen, because they misread stuff. That's cool. I've said it a couple times, and you get to tell all this story. I'll explain it more thoroughly, but people always think of the conspiracy as like a grand thing that like the government is like, aha, we target this guy, but it's not. Cool thing is I actually found the multiple mini conspiracies and the evidence. It's not what some people believe. It's not like the government did not target me as far as I can tell and go, this guy is dangerous, we gotta blah blah blah. But they don't normally do that. That involves too much. What happens is 1 or 2 people get a bug up their ass and they just do something a little bit wrong, or they leave out something, or they accidentally switch a detail, and you're done. You're done. There's nothing you can really do about it either. You can try and argue. They'll never be punished. And the judges don't like to go your way, especially on drug cases, because of one very specific thing, like especially out here, right? Out here, there's one drug testing lab in the county. And the next closest drug testing lab is an hour away. And after that, it's another hour to the next one. So if they find a problem with the drug testing lab, every case then goes on the chopping block. So they're hesitant to find a problem with drug testing, because then all of the drug testing that they're doing becomes suspect. And that means that, people who maybe have a drug case or whatever that makes sense might be getting off. They might be able to use that problem. So then all the decisions about any drug testing lab are always like these limiting things, like, oh, it's only this one, like this is the only time it happens. Like, well, why do you have a bunch of decisions that go this way? Kind of difficult to fight and defend, right? When when you know the judge isn't going to go, he's not going to rule for you against the drug lab. It's just not. Maybe in a major metro area on certain cases, but out in the country when it's the only lab, no way. Not in a way that'll make the lab look at all bad. They're just not. They have no reason to believe you because they think you're a drug user. So it doesn't really matter. That's what jury trials end up for, but the reality is a lot of the stuff in family cases especially should have been dealt with by judges as a matter of law, and they don't. And there's no jury. There's no jury in the family case. Judge has no interest in bucking the system. You and Drexel still on bad terms, as I heard. You said he was mad at you. Well, he doesn't talk to me, so I don't know if we're on good or bad terms at all. I would like to talk to him. I think I have some things to talk to him about, but, you can only go so far. I can't wait to tell you about my case, though. I mean, win or lose, it doesn't matter. The stuff that's happened is stuff that should really trouble people about the system, and I have all the evidence to back it up. Like, it's not making it up. I've got recordings, I've got the documents, I've got all this stuff. Not to talk too much about it, but I mean, one thing people make fun of is that the government says that they gave me my video and that I downloaded it on July, whatever. They didn't present evidence that they did that. The judge just accepted that they did that, but they never did. They have not ever given me a copy of my video, and they haven't gotten it from Rumble or YouTube. I can tell because I have the analytics, right? I can tell when the views stopped coming in, what day it was. Guess what? Views stopped coming in on the 21st because that's when I locked both of them down. There are no views on the 22nd. So that officer who said he watched my video absolutely did not. He didn't. He has lied. But the state said, well, we gave Nick his video. And the judge said, oh, okay. And that's the reality of court. They didn't have to prove it. In fact, the judge came after us for not filing something to prove them out. The thing that my lawyer didn't file is actually great. That thing it's Supplemental Report 8, okay? Supplemental Report 8 includes 4 videos that the state sent me, actually Detective Pomplin, 4 videos that he says that he used to make the warrant request, right? Mind you, the warrant was signed by the judge at 4:06 p.m. on the 22nd, okay? That's important. The 4 videos that are provided to me by the state that the detective said he used to make his... The 4 videos provided to me by the detective that the detective claims he reviewed to make the warrant request were all created after the warrant was approved by the judge. And the judge in my case doesn't care. So, I mean, and my lawyer tried to explain that to the judge. And he's just like, no, the state says it did this. But the state never provided any evidence that they gave it to me. They just said it.